Marriage, why is it falling apart? We can go back where we started. With God on our side.
Let me just take you up and pick it up from the first 5 years of your marriage. You understand that most marriages are breaking the first 3-5 years. So what worked for you those first 5 years?
I don't want to sound repetitive, but to be very honest, like I just mentioned, number one, God kept us going. And then number two, we were friends.
Yeah.
So people fight because they have forgotten their friends. People harm each other because they have forgotten they are meant to be friends. Friends love each other at all times. Friends share what they have. Friends have dispute resolution mechanisms of their own.
Yeah, goodwill
For each other. So for us, friendship really kept us going. And to me, one thing that has also kept me going, and my wife will also say her part, was that I grew up in a broken home. Those of us who grew up in broken families have another internal impetus. We are internally motivated not to raise up our children in a broken home like we were.
We were raised.
We know the pain of domestic violence. I know it feels like to have your parents fighting next door and you're shaking and trembling. I'd never want to take my kids through that. I know it feels like to pray and cry myself to sleep for my parents to be reunited. And they never got to be reunited since I was in nursery school until today. I still pray for their reunion. But you know what that birthed in me? It birthed in me a passion to help other couples be reconciled in their marriages. So what kept us going was that motivation to raise up another family. I know the pain of a broken home and I don't want that. To me, by the way, by the time I was 19, I had determined to be single all my life.
What changed?
What changed was providence. God started opening my eyes to see that a happy marriage is a possibility. Then I met this beautiful girl with a Kikuyu name, but a Luya figure. Alafu sasa ujue with an accounting background, I was good with figures.
All figures.
So when I saw a good figure, I knew I could tell a good figure when I saw it. You know, and what was I talking about when I mentioned about figure?
What
Figure just
So providence, God started working on my mind and in my heart that a happy marriage is a possibility. Then I met a beautiful girl. Then I met wonderful pastors.
Then
they were pastors. Now it's Bishop Alan Kuna and Reverend Cathy Kuna. And at some point I had the privilege of staying with them in the same house for a year plus. And I saw how genuine their love for each other was. And I started saying, kumbe this thing can work. Kumbe happy marriage.
You're being mentored.
I got mentored. So that is what changed my mind about marriage.
And then for me, I would say I never had an exit plan. Actually, it has never come into occurred to me that you know what, iki kimse neza kiacha. You know, I haven't. Okay, that's the again. Kimse, we mse neza.
Mse ni wale yellow. So wale also.
So I never. That has never come to my mind that you know what, I think we can live separately. I knew I am in this thing for life. For life. Yeah, it's not like I have another plan out there. It does not work. You know, we came into the marriage with this mind. You know what? This thing is working. We are not going anywhere. If you're going anywhere, we are going together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, 19 years. Do you have children? Do they affect your marriage in one way or the other?
Is there anything that changed with children coming?
Yes.
Do you know there was a time I'm laughing because there was a time in our marriage when my wife was more pregnant than not.
I tell
you. You can imagine. Do you know something? 22 years later, my wife and I have never been summoned by our pastors in terms of there is something they want to correct. Except after our firstborn was born, some few months later, my wife was pregnant again. Okay. That's a problem.
a sudden you're going to see a baby. You are not having a baby when you were having a conversation, and now you have. Oh, voila. So yes, children.
I'm laughing because there was a time that my wife was more pregnant than not. And like I just mentioned, 22 years later, we've never had to sit down before our pastors or for counseling because something is amiss in our marriage. Other than that time, after our firstborn was born, and some few months afterward.
When our firstborn was 5 months, I conceived.
Yes. So our kids are technically twins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our kids are 13 months
That's,
apart.
that's when our pastors called us.
What you do for one child, you do for another.
Slow down.
So our mom, Reverend Cathy, called me especially into the office together with my wife to tell me, hurry up slowly. You know, there's some people need to be told, sio sabuni ati inaisha.
Yeah, so like when we were 3 years married, you can imagine I had been pregnant for 18 months.
Just 3 years.
Yes.
Actually, half the time.
Half the time
Yes.
you were pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, Akipole.
Imagine.
So, but you know what? No, you can say Paul when they're young.
Yeah,
Actually,
but
our
God.
children were breastfeeding at the same time.
Yes.
Whoa.
And that is just a hassle.
Those are
when they're
twins,
young.
in essence.
Yeah. That is a hassle only when they're young. Because later on, they're so beautiful. Now, our firstborn is in Form 6. She's getting ready to go do law. Our second born is in Form 5. And basically, they look so beautiful
Yeah.
when they appear to be almost age mates.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
And of course, now we have a 10-year-old after that.
Yeah.
And we are currently working on a football.
And maybe
And maybe, I mean, we are not too old. Abraham got a child at 100.
Okay.
So, what would you tell your 10-year self in marriage? What would you tell someone who is in 10 years in marriage? What would you tell them to do better so that they can hit the 20 years?
Keep it simple.
yeah.
At about 10 years into marriage, pressure.
It's okay.
At about 10 years into your marriage, dozi inaweza kuingia.
Yeah.
You know, there is that common phrase people now are joking around, pesa kidogo, ushanza mali.
Yeah.
You know, I was driving the other day and I got into an intersection, a junction. And there was a hesitation because there was a border guy driving, riding his bike, motorbike, and I'm also driving my car. So, nashanga nimwachia, niachie. So, in that confusion, there was an awkward moment. So, the guy had the audacity to do me like this,
Oh.
the border guy. So, I'm just thinking, Buddha, umeanza mariko mapema. Pesa kidogo ushaanza kufanya watu. So, I'm just thinking, you're on the motorbike, you're doing drivers like this. So, what about when you will be driving? What will you be telling guys?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that in any way to demean his motorbike. That to him, that could be a big step forward. And may God bless him. But my point is, don't get an attitude when money starts coming. Hatunaanza kufanyia wifi yako hivi.
Na mlijuana kama una anything.
Kama una yeni hata ngodha maybe ulikuwa na moja. Ulibaitiwa navy blue.
You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that.
Sasa imekuwa beige.
Hata maina
Unajiingia wife nini by the way.
Yeah.
That's why I honestly believe it's a big plus for a couple to get married when they are without a lot of money. Because then that's a point to humble yourself. That's a reference point.
Yeah.
Unaniringia, nilikujua kama una kitu. You're getting my point. So, what would I tell people in their 10 years of marriage? Keep it simple.
Yeah,
Just like it was.
Don't be complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usicomplicate Lingala.
Eh.
Ati juu sasa uko na pesa kwa bank, unaanza tumaringo, unaanza kuonesha your wife madharau, unataka kutafuta demu mwingine.
Ama hata wife anaezonesha hazima.
Yeah.
This girl loved me when I was broke, busted, and disgusted. 22 years ago.
Ouch.
And listen, by the grace of God, 22 years later, I have not touched another woman. The girl that loved me when I was broke, by the grace of God, will be the girl until I die.
Amen.
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, finally, there's an issue we wanted to address and we'd like you to address it for us because what has worked for you. Someone once asked, bedroom yetu inafaa kuingiwa na nani? Who should come in and who should not? And how do we draw the line? Do you ever let people into your bedroom? Your kids, house help, relatives, someone came in on why would they come in? What do you think about that?
Okay, maybe let me say something and then my husband will say. Our children, of course, can come into our bedroom.
But they always knock.
They always knock.
We
talk
taught them to knock.
Yeah, before you come into the room, this is respect our bedroom. You knock first. So because you cannot say you can, you children never come into the bedroom. Really, that's their home, and they're just there for a while. After some time, wataenda kwao.
They leave it to us.
Yeah, they leave it to us.
True.
But the issue of other people coming into your bedroom, what are they coming to do? Yeah,
That's your
friends,
playground.
relatives, what are they coming to do?
Uwanja wa michezo.
That's where it happens.
Uwanja wa michezo.
Not unless there is something very specific that you have, you want them to do, and you tell them to come in.
But still you're feeling
But
ish.
still, your bedroom is your private place. If somebody is coming to visit you, they don't come to visit you in your bedroom. Of course, there are those times like when I got my children, and maybe my sister had come and she needs to see me. Maybe she needs to come and help me with the baby or something. That's okay, But other than that, I don't see why, for example, a relative should come to visit you and they keep going in and out of your bedroom and they have nothing to do there. And actually, there are many extramarital affairs
Very correct.
that have begun that way.
Among relatives and friends who are too close.
Who are too close. So I think that boundary should be set. And when it comes to for example, the house help coming into the house, into the bedroom, there are times they will need to come and help you wash. For example, I let them come in to wash, but I am the one.
But not when I'm around.
And not when he's around. It is me who determines what time do you come and wash. Or, today we are not around, please go and wash. We let them do that. And we came to realize early, there are people who would say, hapana, mimi nikienda job, nafunganga bedroom, house girl atakuja kufanya nini anaweza kuja kuniibia. But you know what we reasoned? You are leaving this person with your children. Bedroom ni nini? Kama unaweza mwacha na mtoto, nguo ndio utaanza hapo kumfungia.
Ama pesa kidogo.
Yeah. And you know
Pesa
what?
kidogo ushaanza kula.
And you know what we realize? Do you know at times when you don't lock it, they see that you trust them. Yeah, at times saa zile wanaanza kuiba ni saa zile hata ndio unawapatia ideas. Wanaanza
Kuna
kusema,
kitu kuna
nini
kitu.
so siku ile utafunga ataenda kuangalia ni nini hiyo inafungia hapo.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I'm thinking it is a private place, not unless you really need somebody to come in and help, and they should come at your invitation.
Alright.
Yeah, but not just come.
And even the children should knock at the door, because
Yeah.
there are certain things that the children can see that would impact on them negatively. Yeah.
Not because the things themselves are negative.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because of what they saw.
They saw.
Yeah,
They can get traumatized.
Alright.
So let them keep knocking at the door.
Yes.
But my wife and I, there are times our children come into a bedroom because at times we're relaxing on the bed and they come sit on the bed together with us and we laugh and we joke.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
Uafrika iliwatoka kabisa.
yes.
Because I remember when we were growing up. No way.
My mom's bedroom.
Uh,
Kufanya nini? Only small kids who knew nothing were
About-
allowed there. So if we had to descend for some those unavoidable times,
Yes.
we know that not us. So only small bro kale kadogo
Ndio
ndio bado
kanaingia.
anaweza ingia because he's still innocent.
Yeah.
I mean, I presume.
Yeah.
It was a no-go zone. Like hata ingia tu awazi nisingekanyaga hapo.
And there's a reason they
I
were
feel
doing that.
Yeah.
Holy place or something. Nikaumia miguu.
Hello there, my name is Pastor Andrew Mwangi,
And I'm Cathy Mwangi.
and would like to take this opportunity to kindly invite you to subscribe to the Riri Family YouTube channel, an exciting and very informative platform that will positively impact your marriage and your relationships and your life in general. Kindly press the notification button so that you can get notified every time they put up a new video, and you will learn a lot. Notify your friends and relatives so they can get blessed together with you.
Thank you.
Marriage, why is it falling